Wow. I'm impressed. Yeah. Okay, I'm just.
4, 3, 2.
Okay. Okay. This is a work in progress, okay? I just want people to understand this is a work in progress. When you said 1, that means that we were ready? I can go?
Yes.
Okay, the thumb and the yes. Thank you. Live from TBC and Tampa Bay Community Network, I, B. Keith. Thank y'all for joining me again today and for all the assistance that I'm getting, even though most of my crew didn't come today, but that's okay. I'll guilt trip them later, believe me. Here we go. What we're going to do, somebody asked me, John was asking me, what am I going to talk about? You know what I told him? I don't know. I literally don't know. But what we're going to start off with is Tina Turner, right? The queen, one of the queens of soul and rock and roll. So versatile. She passed away yesterday. That's what I heard. At 83. But she's been, dealing with a lot of health issues for the past many years, right? So that's the case. And our condolences to the family, from the network to the families, to the crew, to the family. And yeah. And also we heard, I don't know how accurate this information is, that Spike Lee, the king of B-rated movies, production, his father passed away. Wow, that's crazy. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on with that, and I just wanted to go ahead and say, thank you. I be Keith, and this be the B-roll. That's when my music's supposed to kick in. What's that song we was talking about? It was the 3rd of September, the day I always remember. It's all right. See, I don't have music yet, but I'm going to get music so that it'll segue into it. As long as these guys help me, because I don't know how to do it. I'm just not technical. I'm just a debonair, handsome, I'm the front guy. You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's me. What can I say? But, yeah, it's enough said. Anyway, like I was saying, anywho's. What we're going to talk about. This show, like I told you, I keep telling you, I'm going to keep telling you on and on and on again. We want to keep it real, right? I be Keith, the B-roll, want to keep it real, okay? Not that fake, phony stuff. If we talk about the news, believe me, we're talking about the news. It ain't going to be no gloss over press conferences. Like, I'll give you a prime example. Ron DeSantis. Yeah, that guy. The guy who just announced his presidential nomination. And I thought I was set up. I thought I was, our production was like, but compared to what that guy did yesterday, oh man, we are like, we're Johnny Carson level here, baby. We're down, man. We're professionals with this. So anyway, back to our Lord and Chief. Our governor of Florida. He had his press conference yesterday, and he did it on Twitter. And for the record, my personal opinion, Twitter sucks, okay? It really sucks. It's not like it was a while back. Anyway, so he starts his press conference, and and in between you get these, like, blackouts, like major blackouts. Like, it's like 30, 40 seconds at a time, everything messed up. So that's how it happened yesterday. And what was even crazier is that the day before yesterday, Tuesday, here in my area, we had the worst hailstorm that I've ever seen in Florida. Literally a hailstorm. Hail dropping down. Don't worry, I'm going to make enough noise so that it'll cover your footsteps. My technical director, he's technically directed himself. You good? We're going to get you some softer shoes, right? Or softer floor. Anyway, now I can get back to the topic at hand. Hailstorm comes down. It was crazy. I'm looking at rivers of hell, ice patches that just accumulated in over a few minutes. The roof was like, sounded like the whole roof was like to collapse. I was like, what the heck is going on here? And I came out, yeah, it was hell. Like big cubicles, not like, it's like crushed ice, like, like those crushed ice cubes, like those tiny, like that, man. So anyway, that was weird. It was like, and somebody screamed out, "It's the apocalypse!" I was going, yeah. And it goes along with Ron DeSantis. No, not DeSantis, DeSantis. That's what they call him, DeSantis, right? Maybe because he's like a very like scary person. He is. He's a scary person. Somebody did a post on my things. He goes, yeah. And it was somebody was speaking, and it said like Ron DeSantis seemed like the guy who would unplug your respirator to charge his cell phone. And I was like, what? Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Yep. That was a good one. I don't know. You think that ain't funny? You should have seen the post, man. You've been laughing your heart out. Anyway, yeah, so it's crazy because they open up with this thing, this precursor, right? This precursor commercial, right? And which he stands up and he goes, Florida, the state of the free state of Florida, whatever they call it, all right, whatever he calls it. And I'm thinking to myself, free of what? Freedom? No, I'm serious. Free of freedom? I mean, if you're a small business, you can't, like if you're 15 people more, you can't have diversity training in your company that you built. Remember, this company you built, right? If one of your employees say, oh no, I don't want no diversity training, oh my gosh, they can literally go to the state HR and file a complaint against you, in which you would have to do away with it or be fined. Is that crazy? You built this company. You can't have anything that someone may think from the public, think that, hey, this is against my moral values. Well, hold up, what? What are you talking about? Here's a suggestion. Don't patronize the place, Don't patronize the place, just don't go. If you are against the diversity training, well, there's the door. Go get your paycheck from someplace else. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. This is your business. You built this business. Think about that. Disney, freedom of speech. You thought it was going to happen with Disney? The laws that they passed is taking everybody's business, and they want to micromanage your business. And they want to use all this, put in this context, like, no, this is morality and stuff like that. No, it's not that. It's big government taking over your business. That's the initiation of fascism. What do all this fascism stuff? They take over. The fascism, socialism, what do they do? Communism, they take over private businesses. They regulate that. Fascism, what do? They burn books. They start getting rid of books. That's the indoctrination process. But hold up. Nobody. We're fighting against indoctrination. But they're fighting against indoctrination. That's what they say they're doing. But in reality, they are implementing or engaging in indoctrination. Think about that. I was looking at this one county, right? They literally took off 250 books out of their shelf. Their libraries, their schools. 250 books. And you know what they all have in common? You got it. Well, at least 99.9% of them, they're books that represent people of color, black folk. Let's forget that people of color. Black folk, African American heritage, Hispanic, Latino, Puerto Rican, Dominican, all that stuff, Mexican. They taking those books and they throwing them in boxes and carting them out. That's indoctrination. Also, it's illegal. No, it's illegal. So whenever I hear somebody say, oh, you know what? I'm so mad. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to protest. Why don't you go, all y'all go, get a lawyer, get a bunch of lawyers, and go sue them because it's illegal. It's against Florida law. Oh, and we're fighting against critical race theory. Okay, let them prove that. Let them prove that these books, these items that actually fall under that category, they can't do it. You know why? Because I said it the last show. If you would have been listening, critical race theory is up here in a PhD taught course. And you know what it is? It's an elective. It's not even a mandated course. Critical race theory is a PhD taught course. It's not taught below PhD. So that's master's, bachelor's, associates, high school, middle school, and elementary school. It's not taught at all. There's no indoctrination. The indoctrination is coming from them, from the governor, from the Florida state legislature. That's where the indoctrination is coming from. All these other states, that's where the indoctrination is coming from. Think about that. They try to make you feel like the bad guy. Why? I don't feel bad. I feel bad when people exploit certain things like cancer. I have several people in my family who died from cancer. Hell, I had cancer. So when I hear somebody come up there with a skin rash cancer, stage 1, and say, oh my God, you know where I'm going with this, right? The wannabe first lady of the world. Because believe it, once you become president, you're the man. Your wife is the first lady of the world, because that's how powerful it is. So the first lady of Florida, when I heard about her, I am so balanced. I am. I give credit where credit's due. I give acknowledgement where it should be acknowledged. And I'll tell you a funny story that I had a conversation with my neighbor. Oh, while we had it before I continue with that, I want to shout out for all the graduates, especially the I don't know, the Rugrat graduates, the babies, the toddler graduates. I want to shout out to my nephew and my nieces. Matter of fact, one of them came and gave me a hug because I said, congratulations. I haven't mentioned their name because I want to get, I want to get authorization. I don't want to get sued, all right? I'm like, hold up, but I thought we were family. I thought we was family. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money, so what are you suing me for? Yeah, I want to shout out to them and all the graduates and at my wife's business and so on and so forth. Hillsborough County, college grads, all you grads, and keep it going, all right? Keep it going. And don't fall asleep. Don't let these individuals put you to sleep talking about anti-wokeness. What's anti-wokeness? We'll get into that. But like I was saying, the First Lady, remember she was talking about, oh, Lordy, oh my gosh, I got cancer and stuff like that. And that was sympathy. You're gonna get sympathy from me. My mom's passed away. My older sisters, my older siblings. The next one above me passed away. My other brother, because I got like 2 families. I'm like a middle child between my moms and my dad. I'm a middle child. I'm throwing it all out there. I'm a middle child, right? So my oldest brother passed away, right? Cancer. So of course you're going to get a reaction from me. Oh wow, that's bad, And I had cancer. And I'm like, oh man, that's like really like, wow, that's wow, And my sympathy, all my sympathies go out. All my sympathies go out. Honest, there's no, like the president say, no hyperbole to it. This is sincereness, all right? So I'm talking to someone about it, and they go, well, are you aware that I think she had stage 1 cancer? Like, what? What's that? Because this person had cancer as well, was a cancer survivor, female cancer survivor, right? She goes, yeah, that's like a rash. And she's walking around, talking about, oh, how I used to fall in the commercials. Yes, and when I'm going through cancer, and then and I would fall, and Ronnie would come and pick me up in his big burly python's Komodo dragon arms, and take me and gently put me down. And now I'm thinking, hold up. You got what? Okay, it's on now. So let's talk about this, all right? Oh, that's going to be a segment. Let's talk about this. All right. Yeah, that's going to be a segment. Hey, everybody, let me write this down. I'll write this down as we go because we're on the fly with this. Where my pen at? Where my pen at? Am I still in the camera? Okay. Where my pen at? I don't know. Sorry, Justin. Segment. Like I said, this is a way. This is something. This is in order. We doing this. You know, we put this together as we go along. I mean, we got this standard, right? I'm about to get fired. I can't believe it's the second show. First of all, I can't believe that. I was about to ask you guys, are we really going to broadcast? Because I was like, you know, do I really want to go in? And I was running late. And I think what was holding me up was the fact that, are we actually on the broadcast? So I'm thinking, okay, all right, cool. So anyway, segment. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And don't you go trying to copyright my stuff, man, because I said it here first. I got it on camera, right? All right, let's talk about it, segment. Let's talk about it. So Mrs. First Lady, stage 1 cancer, busy talking about, Ronnie, and I'm messing with the microphone. It's a habit. Ronnie, he comes and picks me up, trying to make the guy sound like he's Mr. Macho and stuff like that. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, the spouse, right? You're the spouse. You should try to hype up your significant other, right? You should hype it, right? But then I go, hold up. Think about it. If she got stage 1 cancer, or stage 2, or stage 3 cancer, can I ask you something? How often do you fall? Seriously, how often do this person fall? Oh, Ronnie, come and pick me up. And every time he come and pick me up, that's signifying that you falling, you falling quite often. I don't think it's a cancer. I think you're just clumsy. I mean, you look good. Don't get me wrong. She's a very attractive person. But I think she's kind of like clumsy. Because she keeps saying, he keeps picking me up. How many times have you fallen? No, serious. How many times has this person fallen? That should be news in itself. Is the First Lady somebody who have coordination issues? We don't know. Because, Bob, what do you think? Well, Robert, I think that, I don't know. What do you think, Bob? I don't know. Rich, what do you think? Hey, that's a good question. Hey, Marianne, what do you think? Well, let me tell you something. It's like how many times is the First Lady gonna fall? What do? You fall in the bathroom, he come and scoop you up. You fall at the kitchen table, he come and scoop you up. You watch the TV, he come and scoop you up. You walk in the garage, he come and scoop you up. I mean, what the heck? How many times can you fall with stage 1 cancer? I want y'all to think about that. Think about that. Now that we done talked about it, think about that. If you had a wife or a significant other that clumsy, you don't want to question your taste in that person, right? You want to, don't worry, I'll make enough noise to cover the footprints. I got it down pat. That's the other great sound person. All right, that's John, our great sound person. So yeah, think about that. And now that we've talked about it, I want y'all to think about that. That commercial. He came and he would keep coming picking me up. What the hell? You sound like a clown. You sound like a klutz. I'm saying that, you sound very like a klutz to me. All right, you keep stumbling and falling all over the place. Maybe it's a little bit, I don't know. I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying. Anyway, let's move on with this. I belabor that point, but that's a good point. You got to admit that's a good point. Let's see. I put some notes down, man. Look at this. I'm actually going to get a much better tablet later on. Yeah. Thousands of children, millions of millions. I was going to go with the need to develop a better writing skill. Jesus! My handwriting really suck. I never knew until just now when I went to get these important notes. Dude, you can't read your own handwriting. I guess I'll go back to the governor. Here we go. And the reason why I'm doing this is because somebody mentioned what are you going to do? And now he's stuck in my head. It's like I didn't want to talk about this guy, but he's stuck in my head now. It's like that song, that tune that you can't get out your head. It's like, and then you try to make up different tones and beats. That's how it is right now. And so I want to go to this immigration thing. Guest worker thing, undocumented worker thing. That's it, undocumented worker. Okay, we know he keeps talking about the border, right? The border this, the border that, the border this. He took $12 million, hired a company that what they do instead of picking up 50 migrant immigrants here, undocumented workers and undocumented people here, illegal. I don't want to say illegal residents here. What did they do? They went to the freaking border. What's that about? They went to the border. They spent $600,000, right? $600,000 plus dollars to go to kidnap 50 people from another state to bring them to Florida and ship them to another state, right? Now, no. I know y'all probably saying, well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What about the ones right here? What about the ones right here? You didn't have to travel 3,000 miles to Texas to pick up 50 people for $600,000. You know how much $600,000 to do all that stuff? $600,000. You know how much that came up to? That came up to like $12,000 a person. Think about that. They spent $600,000 to go import illegal immigrants to Florida. What the? And then the governor just gave them another $12 million. No, because they started off with $12 million. Now he gave them another $12 million, as if they were doing a good job. That was the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. It was literally, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. The person came in and you took your car to somebody, right? Think about it. You took them for oil change. You come back, they give you $1,000, they give you a $6,000 bill. You're like, whoa, for oil change? They go, yeah, but we had to take the engine out. we had to adjust the transmission. Whoa, what? What the hell was that about? Okay, what is that about, right? So that's what happened. He spent $12 million for them to screw up the $12 million, and then he gave him another $12 million. But here's the crazy thing. What was I saying about the law he passed? Well, if you got up to after 25, they have to go through the federal e-verification system. So at 25, you're going to send them to Joe Biden because you can't handle it. Florida can't handle it because you send it to federal government, right? So you said Joe Biden, right? But here's my thing. Listen to that again. Let's break this down. Ooh, that's another segment. Hey, that's cool. Let's break this down. Let's break this down. Oh, okay, that's another segment. Cool. Well, we getting there, man. This is a work in progress. What was I saying? Undocumented workers, right? So let's break this down. He said, okay, at 25, you have to go through e-verification, right? Federal e-verification, right? Go to Joe Biden, right? But what about 1 through 24? Oh, yeah, and this is the crazy thing. Me and my neighbor, we like total opposites. Total opposites, right? Barack Obama, Joe Biden. Him, Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis. Right? Okay. Total opposites, right? So I tell him my opinion on this. I give him my insight on this. And then he I'm so sorry. But he just hits me in the gut. He gives me a gut check. I give him my opinion. I said, so hold up. As far as I'm concerned, it should be 1. Every 1. You shouldn't wait till 25, because think about it. they're saying that 1 through 24, you can have 1 through 24 undocumented workers working for you. And I'm not trying to pick on undocumented workers, mind you, but you should have at 1 through 24, it's okay to have undocumented workers. But at 25, I ain't going for that. Even though, eventually, since we went down to 16 weeks of abortion, and now 6 weeks of abortion, eventually there will be no abortion. But we can't go down to 1 undocumented worker, right? And here's the deal with that. You got up to 24 undocumented workers working for you. If you got 10 subcontractors, how many is that? 240. Think about that. So is this person really that hard on undocumented workers? No. No, he's not. And I told you, they like to put this stuff that's plausible. It's plausible. But you got to look at the bare bones of it. You got to look at the stuff behind it. And here's the funny thing. My neighbor goes, you know, you sound just like me. You sure you're not a Republican or something like that? I was like, what? I was like, what? What the hell are you talking? What? I was like, okay, nice, and that's a good one, man. But I try to explain to him, we don't have a big gap in what we believe. It's the fringes. That's the problem. The middle. You're going to get 80% of what you want from Democrats. That's it. You're not going to get 100% liberal. You're not going to get 100% moderate. You're not going to get 100% conservative. Of course, there's a lot of conservative Democrats. You're not going to get 100% progressive. You're not. You're just not. But you're going to get that 80% of the meat and potatoes that we all need. Tell me something. And we're going to get into this later. The news. They gloss over stuff, and then they got you thinking one thing. And I was explaining to my neighbor, was like, hold up, you know what? We have a lot in common, and our concerns are a lot. You understand? Our concerns, our concerns, the bulk of our concerns are a lot. We share a lot in common, more in common than we disagree with. But the problem is, if you're over here and you're over here, and those voices are the loudest, then those voices in the middle are often drowned out. Well, you know what? I'm that middle person, okay? I'm not going to say a little person. I'm that middle person. I'm that person who's going to listen to this side, listen to that side, what good things they have, what good things they have, what bad, what's going to benefit me, you, us, what's going to benefit us. That's the person I am. That's the person I am. And so I'm going to have to start wrapping this up. And now I'm trying to figure out how I wrap this up. I can wrap it by, oh, that's a good idea, good suggestion. I'm Keith. Trader, my last name. I don't want nobody looking me up. It's very versatile. This is John, the sound guy. He's pushing me to say this stuff. And I am the producer. And you know why he said that? because somebody, I asked somebody for some information, because this is called the B-roll, right? So I asked him for the B-roll. And he takes me back and he goes, well, I'm going to give it to John. I go, okay. And so I take someone back and I go, John, is he aware that I'm the producer? I'm the producer. So what the heck, man? I'm the producer. I be Keith Trader. I am the producer. And this is the B-roll. And I can't get this without my guys, man. These guys, I don't care if it's one guy or two guys or a ton of people, man. They keep me going. They keep me going. And that's what we like to do. We just want to make this show exciting, but informative. Confrontational, maybe, as long as we stay within the physicality. All right, I mean, give us a hard high five. None of that. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. No. Do that. No, there's a lot of shows you can do that on. Not here. Okay? So I say that to say this. Now it's time to say goodbye. I'm trying to think of something for the next 2 minutes. Let me see. Let's try to wrap this up. I've been Keith. This will be the B-Roll, and I want to thank everybody for joining in and for helping us and for all my crew, even though it's a crew of not many today, but it's still a crew. And we made it past the second show. Holy Toledo. That's a shock in itself. So I got to, wrap this up. Everybody, you're going to go about 5 or 6 seconds of black screen or whatever. But, dude, I'm trying to make this work. I'm just going to sit here and look handsome until they turn the machine off. And do not put a freaking cat again, ever. Don't ever put that homely looking cat on my freaking thing.